Hello, I thought I would make a little video and show some of the different adhesives that I use whenever I'm making collages because I see people asking that online a lot and I don't really feel like it gets answered as well as it could, like why you use something and what it can do and even what it looks like. So I'm just going to start off with the most frequent things that I use and why I use them. So first off, you're going to see a lot of collage artists using glue sticks. Um, I'm I also use them. They're quick. They're not as messy. You can sometimes move things around a little bit. Um, I will use anything that's acid free, but I especially like this Elmer's Craft Bond. I think it sticks really well and it doesn't wrinkle as much as some other glue sticks. This one, pretty popular. I like it. I bought a big container of it. I've been using it. It doesn't last as long as some other glue sticks. Seems to run out really fast. This kind I just got. It's from the Dollar Tree, the Jot brand. I actually kind of like this. It's very dry though. It almost doesn't feel like you're sticking anything. But so far, everything I've made with this has stuck down and been fine. And it is also acid free. So that's the glue sticks. Um, Sometimes I use this. It's nori. It's acid free. It dries really slow, so you have plenty of time to change your mind. I feel like the consistency is almost the same as um, it's a little bit like rubber cement, but it doesn't stink, and it is also permanent once it dries, and it is acid free, so it's going to last a lot longer than rubber cement. I don't. I know there are several collage artists that do use rubber cement. I don't, just because I don't feel like it's gonna last for a long time, and I don't really like the smell. But I like this nori, water soluble. Really good for like tissue type paper, like napkins or handmade papers, rice paper. The gold standard, I guess, or the standard, Mod Podge. I use that. I like matte. I don't really like things that are shiny. I don't like shiny finishes very often on my pieces, so I usually use the matte version. Um, I put it on with a paintbrush. Seems to work pretty well. Good for sticking things down. Uh, it's wet, so you get some wrinkles. What I found, someone gave me a tip on Reddit. Coat the back of each piece and Mod Podge and then let it dry and then stick it down. And I found that keeps it from wrinkling really, really well. Tacky glue. If I've got a corner sticking up and I just need like a little bit of glue to stick it down, I will use tacky glue. It's really thick. Squirt it on and then spread it out with the paintbrush. Again, it's wet, so wrinkles. Um, Matte medium, I use this as sealer. You can also use it as an adhesive. Again, it is wet. I put it on with a paintbrush. I'll show you how it comes out. Kind of comes out the consistency of acrylic paint, and then dries clear, of course. I like to use this for smaller pieces. It's really easy to dab a little bit on with the paintbrush. And finally, I bought this because I wanted something that wasn't a liquid, but it wasn't a glue stick. It is kind of expensive. This tub cost me $30, $31.99 at an art supply store, but a very, very small amount will do what you want it to do. So here is what it looks like. It doesn't spread well with a paintbrush. I use my fingers sometimes, and also a clay tool, like a silicone tip clay tool. But like I said, a little tiny bit will go a long way. And I actually really like this. It is also acid free, um, but it is. I mean, you don't have to buy this gigantic tub. I glue a lot of stuff, but it is very good. It sticks very well. I don't get a lot of wrinkles. Thin layer will stick almost anything. And you can use a little bit more for like a thicker layer. Um, Honorable mention to just regular old glue. If you're doing a junk journal, if you don't really care if it lasts for a long time, Elmer's glue is acid free, dries clear, non-toxic, etc., etc. Comes in stick form, liquid form, paste form, almost anything you can come up with. Doesn't even have to be brand name. Whatever works for you. And finally, if I am making notebooks, which is not really collage, but I do make notebooks to put my collage in, I use this book glue to make the covers of the notebooks that I put things in. It smells horrible. Again, a very small amount. It's very quickly dries very quickly. You have to be quick. And that is just some of the stuff that I use for my collages. And I will end with showing my most recent art cards that I made. Comic books and an old children's book. So, bye everybody. Thank you.